cook my rice and cook my chicken.
I thought you said chuck my chicken.
No.
Yeet.
I'm going to find a new one. Son of a booty. I just spilled it everywhere.
Bad luck, bad day. What should I do? Bad luck, bad day. What should I do?
Hey, so tonight's crock pot meal is going to be, it's called Potato Haystacks and it's in this cookbook. Can you see that? Yeah. So I'm going to have this shredded hash browns, ground beef, cream of mushroom, or I don't know, I made cream of nothing, which is just on the stove, milk, sour cream, taco seasoning, and ranch. Calls for onion. I'm not doing onion, so I'll show you what I do. I already greased my crock pot, so I am just going to show you and follow the directions of this recipe on here and show you what I'm doing. Already greased my crock pot with my Crisco, and it calls for a can of cream of mushroom. I have this, I call it cream of nothing that is made. We can type up what I made it, how I made it, but anyway. And the taco seasoning, I have our taco seasoning that we make. I made this milk from the powdered milk we have, so there's a bag of ground beef, shredded potatoes, ranch, and sour cream. So it says that in a bowl to put the potatoes, ranch seasoning, sour cream, and 1 cup of milk. The sour cream is 2 tablespoons. So you put your potatoes in. They're still very frozen. The ranch seasoning packet, 2 tablespoons sour cream, and 1 cup of the milk. It calls for 2 cups of milk. At this point, you're just putting 1 cup in. Sour cream. Okay, so we're going to stir this up, as interesting as this is. And then I'm going to put part of my meat at the bottom of my crock pot after this. And then I'm going to cover it with half of this. And I'll be back after I stir this. Okay, it's stirring much better now. The potatoes were still in clumps, so it was really hard to mix it up. Now I'm not using a lot of meat, but it does say to put the ground beef and the onion mixture, which I'm not doing onions, half of that at the bottom of the crock pot. And then I'm going to start layering. So this goes on the next half of it. Okay, so the taco seasoning is supposed to be in with your ground beef, so I'm going to stir that in too. So then coming over to my crock pot, closing this up. I'm just going to put some meat in there and then some taco seasoning, since I didn't make it on the stove because it was already made yesterday. So some meat. And then I'm going to stir this up with probably some water too. I didn't really shake my seasoning yet, I just made it up. Okay. It says half of, I don't know, I always do more. Half a packet of the taco seasoning. Okay, so the recipe says half a packet of taco seasoning. We have our own homemade, and I normally put more than that, and then I usually use less meat because that's the expensive part. But since my meat is not hot yet because I just defrosted it out of the freezer, I'm putting some water in there. So I'm still kind of breaking it up. Okay, so now I'm just going to pour half of my potato mixture over the meat. This is the remaining of the taco seasoned ground beef. It's already cooked. And yes, I always tend to use less meat because it saves money. And it's still good and it has the flavor. So next, I'm gonna put the rest of the potatoes on there. So then it calls for 10.75 ounce of can of cream of mushroom. I have homemade cream of nothing, I call it. So, I mean, we can tell you I almost said in the comments. We can tell you in the description how I made it. But anyway, so I'm using this jar of cream of nothing and then the remaining of the milk, pouring that in and then pouring it over in the crock pot. So then you just pour that over in your crock pot. Okay, so now you just cover it and you put it on low for about 3 to 4 hours until the potatoes are cooked through and tender. And then you'll see that at the end, Haystacks are gonna layer this with nacho chips, lettuce, whatever you want. So, but you'll see that after this is cooked for 3 to 4 hours. So it's all done, so I'm just gonna on a plate layer chips and this and some cheese, and that'll be delicious. Hey everybody, welcome back. So in today's video for tonight's dinner, I'm going to be making crock pot honey garlic chicken recipe. And anyway, so I'm using this cookbook, and it sounds kind of interesting because it has ketchup in it, but I'm going to try it. So I still have to get out my chicken, but it calls for ketchup, soy sauce, honey, and garlic cloves, but I'm using garlic powder, and obviously I need the chicken, and then serve it over rice. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna get out my crock pot. I'm gonna grease it first and then put the chicken in, mix all my stuff up and pour it over. That's what I'm gonna do. So I haven't gotten out my chicken yet, but I'm going to be putting my stuff in the bowl, and that is 1/3 cup of honey, 1 cup of ketchup, and 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, and then some garlic powder. That's what I'm gonna do. Put it in my bowl and mix it around. Put my chicken, I already greased my crock pot, so I'm gonna do that. 1/3 cup of honey. One cup of ketchup. Which I hope tastes good. Put in some garlic powder, as it calls for 4 garlic cloves. I don't have that, so there's the garlic. And then 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. I just smashed up my tablespoon down the garbage disposal yesterday, so I'm gonna use this one. I had to throw that away, so it was all jagged and messed up. So 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, and I mix it together. This is what's going on my chicken. Okay, I gotta get my chicken out. Is it them or not? Bailey, you want to say what we're doing?
I don't even know what you're doing.
I don't even know what you're doing. Okay, so I put my chicken in there, put the sauce in there, and now I'm just going to put it in my crock pot. Oh my gosh. On low for, it says 4 hours or until done. So we'll have to check the temperature, but I'm going to plan on low for 4-ish hours. Okay, so now I'm just gonna make some rice. This is a 1/2 cup. I guess I'm gonna make, I don't know, 2.5 cups, I think. I think this is a 1/2 cup. I don't have my glasses on. 1.5, 2, 2.5. Is that enough? I don't know. I'm gonna do 3. It's probably way too much. I hope this is, what size does this say?
Half.
Okay, good. And we're just gonna make some hard-boiled eggs. Okay, it's nothing to do with that. Okay, I gotta get some water. So a few tablespoons of butter and some salt. And I'm gonna cook my rice and cook my chicken.
I thought you said chuck my chicken.
No.
Yeet.
On boils. A little bit lower. So it's been about 4 hours and I already took the temperature and it is where I want it to be, and so there it is. So now my rice is almost done, so I need to put those together. Looks really good. So what I did was just kind of cut up and shred up the chicken. It was only 3 pieces. So I just cut it up so we can put it in the plates of rice like that. And then I'm just using my little ladle to scoop out some more sauce. So it works out good that way, because then the chicken goes a lot further that way. So for tonight's crock pot dinner, I'm just going to throw, like, we have 3 big pieces of chicken. I'm gonna throw in the crock pot after I grease it, and then I'm gonna like brown sugar barbecue sauce shredded for sandwiches. And by the way, what was the meal I just made? The chicken, I don't know what it was called, but the one I just made, what was it called? What was it? It was honey garlic chicken that I just made, and everybody's saying that it just basically tastes like sesame chicken minus the sesame seeds, because I didn't use it. So it was really good. So that's what it tastes like. So anyway, now I'm just gonna make some brown sugar barbecue sauce shredded chicken for sandwiches, either on bread or tortillas, something like that. So I'm just going to be using brown sugar, barbecue sauce, salt and pepper, paprika, and garlic powder, and also I'm going to be using this Italian packet as well. So what I'm going to do is grease my crock pot, stick the chicken in there, and then mix all my ingredients and then just pour it over. And that's all I'm going to do. So in my bowl, I'm just going to put in 1/2 cup of brown sugar and 1 cup of barbecue sauce. We have more.
Maybe.
You don't have to, I can put some water in here now. And then about 2 teaspoons of garlic powder and about a teaspoon of paprika and some salt and pepper. And I just added more water to my barbecue sauce bottle to make it go further instead of trying to find a new one. Son of a booty! I just spilled it everywhere. It also calls for a bourbon. I do not have that, so we are not putting that in there. So since it's later in the day, I'm turning this on high because then we'll see how long it takes, so hopefully not that long. Okay, so the chicken is finally done and I'm going to shred it up and put it on, I guess, bread, because I didn't buy any buns specifically for this, so we'll use bread.